Now is the time we try a few experiments with OpenGL pipeline and experiment with some options available for input and output variables in our vertex and fragment shaders. Let's jump over to the laboratory handout, which I have already opened in my browser, and this is the zip file of the project prototype which I downloaded at the beginning. And this is new update on our progress with different features. Today we begin working with object models that we will be importing from a file. In other words, we start to learn how to render already existing models of objects, like a rabbit or a car. And as I am demonstrating here in this handout, the plan is to have an object named loader and to be able to execute a function load and specify path to the file. So this will ultimately open a file and load all necessary vertex attributes like coordinates of all the vertices, colors, normal vectors, texture coordinates. And from there we can just refer to these arrays in memory and continue using our model class to set geometry and all other parameters that are available with our objects. There are quite a few popular 3D file formats, and if you search the web for 3D models or 3D objects, you will find a lot of existing objects in different file formats. So some popular formats are Maya, AutoCAD, Wavefront OBJ, which should not be confused with C and C++ compiler output files, Autodesk FBX format, which is commonly supported by DirectX, and some other game engines. Blender file. Blender is an open source 3D creation program for 3D modeling with features of animation, simulation, motion tracking, editing videos, and many more features. If you're interested in 3D creation of your own objects in 3D space, or maybe video game creation, and even rendering your own animation pictures, I highly recommend using Blender. You can see Blender creative projects in this Wikipedia article about Blender Foundation and its history. Okay, I put together a small loader for Wavefront object files. Let's open Lab 6 Visual Studio Solution and see how it works. So first it asks me to upgrade to the latest version of my compiler, so I'm just going to click OK. Let's build the project right away. And I press Ctrl F5 to run it. Okay, so we have an animation which runs a little bit too fast. So we're going to slow it down. The animation is happening in the rendering function. And this is the angle of rotation per frame, so I'm just going to slow it down a little bit. I just changed the angle to a smaller value. And you see that the animation slowed down, and this is a silhouette of a car with one single color of gray shade. And this is the starting point of our lab.